Greetings and welcome to your Mindfulness Mastery podcast. I am your host and trusted guide, Tawnya Love. I am an intuitive, shamanic, angelic wayshower, healer, light worker, and author. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this podcast. To schedule any one-on-one sessions or group healing events, you can visit and book your sessions on my divinely inspired website at mindfulnessmastery888.com. Thank you so much for your presence and for your support. Now sit back, relax, and open yourself to receive. All right, guys, so we are back. Mindfulness Mastery 888 with Tawnya Love and Cindy Campbell.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. And we are just continuing this podcast series of conscious creation or unconscious creation. Like, we always have a choice. As souls, we are always creating one of them. It's something to be really aware of, because when we're kind of maybe a little lazy, not because we're trying to be lazy, but when we're not as focused and as intentional, we can be an unconscious creation. Kind of like autopilot when you're driving. You're like, how the fuck did I just get to work?
Right.
I literally feel like I just got in the car. And you're like, because you were like zoning and your body was doing all the mechanics without you even really being very present. A little bit scary, but you got there, right?
Yes.
And so conscious creation is like where we're incredibly focused and intentional with what we're creating. So you said something to today where you're like, when there was some fear coming up and you're like, I don't know what my future looks like. And maybe, this backup plan and worst case scenario, which showed me where your mind was at, which was very good for me to go, oh, her mind's in that place. Let me see if she would like me to rescue her out of there. Right? Because we can do that.
Yeah.
So unconscious creation is that what you were doing.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe that to the viewers, the listeners? Because you guys might be staring at our words popping up, but you're listening.
So I was concerned about there were multiple things, but let's say somebody comes along and they're like, okay, we want to sponsor this podcast.
Yes.
Or we want to publish Tanya's book.
They're going to do that. It's coming, baby.
Which they are. Yes, I have full faith that this is coming.
We're creating it.
Yes. But my side creation was...
my sidekick, Vicky's version.
Vicky's version was, I'm going to be left behind. I'm going to be left out.
I'll probably end up homeless.
Yes. I know. Totally.
We're going to take it all the way.
I know. She loves to do that.
For some reason, Vicky she really wants to experience homelessness.
And I really don't want to.
No, she really is terrified of is what it really is.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
doesn't want it.
Yeah.
But she so doesn't want it that she keeps fucking focusing on it.
I know.
So we're really going to guide her away from the bow and arrow and let your higher self shoot it.
Yeah.
Because, man, Vicky's just shooting some crazy shit over in the forest and we don't want to go that way. Right?
Yes. Oh, God. There were so many parts to this. That you would move and then I would be left. I would be abandoned. And
am I just going to drop you on the side of the road like a puppy that I'm abandoned? Maybe. Which I would never do, by the way, even to a puppy.
Maybe in a box. Maybe you're going to put me in a box.
Just going to leave you in a box with a sign.
Put me on the doorstep.
Feed me. Needs fed.
Needs to be
at
fed.
least 3 times a day. So you're being left in a box. Keep going. Like this, what's fun about this is that you're literally seeing
how ridiculous it is.
It's so ridiculous, but creative, creative, because spirit doesn't judge. It's like our source energy is like, oh, maybe they want to go experience being a vagabond, right? Or they want to like untether and just have nothing for a while. So spirit was like neutral. But we have to realize, is this conscious? Is this what I want to create? Am I using my imagination in a creative and intelligent way? And that's a choice. And trust me, we've all done it. I have definitely thought the worst case scenarios years ago. I don't do that anymore. I really don't. Does stuff come in and try to trigger it in me sometimes? Yeah. Like we all get the trigger. But what I hope to help you with is that you don't let the trigger lead to a complete unraveling of all your focus, right?
Right.
Where you were like, dude, I'm focused. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're like super excited. And then I think part of it was energetics of just your week.
Yep.
You were really tired. You weren't really having self-love and self-care the way you normally would.
Right.
That shit, it's subtle, but it can derail you. And suddenly your mind is not feeling focused and your mind is going into worst case scenarios.
Yes.
Instead of, man, like, what do I want to create? Let me, like what Esther Hicks says in the morning when you wake, get up on purpose. When you wake up, get on that high flying disc right away.
Yeah.
So meaning I'm going to wake up in the morning. I sent you a thing last night too, as like a affirmation thing to do before bed where you affirm everything you're grateful for before you to sleep. Well, not everything, but you just create some affirmations of I'm grateful, I'm so provided for, da da da. And then I'm now consciously releasing any negativity of the day. So I'm releasing anything negative that might have come up and I'm consciously releasing it. And now I'm intending that when I wake up, I am going to be a magnet for abundance, goodness, love, support. That is what I'm going to wake up and activate. And then when you wake up, you consciously do a conscious creation meditation like I talk about in the book. And what the way Esther Hicks says it is you purposely choose to get on a high flying disc. So you get into the vortex and you're like, man, Tawnya and I are so beloved. Like our frequency together is fucking lit. People love our conversations because we both are bringing an important part of this beautiful recipe for healing. And it's not going to always be things, unless you want it to be, it's not going to always be topics where you're struggling. Right now, you are. But I really want to understand, like, where you are right now, don't deny or reject or judge it. You can, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's part of what I was explaining to you today is like the way I look at life. I'm always learning and I'm always open to understanding and learning. I'm never thinking I'm above or below. I'm just right here, right now. And that's what I'm doing my best to mirror to you and emulate and like encourage and inspire in you.
Yeah.
But if you're in those places, that's just where you are. But I feel like it's beautiful you can be vulnerable and express that. You had said something like in one of the words you said that Spirit wanted us to address really quick was when you said, I feel like, maybe I've been a little envious of you. I mean, it's pretty normal. And what Spirit wanted to address, no, that's not exactly normal. It is what you are used to. Like when you were at your old job and people were compare and petty and gossipy. When you were in your family, the high school girls that all talk shit about the other girls. Like that is something you've seen and you've been in the frequency of. But normal if you think of it as normal, you might just keep going there.
Yeah.
Because it's normal.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing it like, whoa, this is something that is really not healthy. Healthy and normal aren't always the same. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Even if our whole culture is like, oh, that's normal. Boys will be boys. Of course they all slinging their dicks around. That's what boys do. I'm just being bizarre in that comment. But like, our culture kind of says these things, right? And so there's always a reason Spirit says things through me. But if we're saying that's normal, but that's destructive as fuck.
Right.
That is not healthy.
Yeah.
And so it's like Spirit really wanted you to understand the difference between what you were seeing as normal and what is healthy, what is in spiritual integrity and alignment. Not necessarily cultural normalcy or societal normalcy or even behavioral normalcy. Like this is a behavioral thing that's normal to me. Yeah, but it sucks. Like you're not enjoying it.
Right.
Right. So it's kind of like just understanding that to help you pull yourself out of that and not. What I'm getting is like where we create something where we justify why we're there. It's normal. Everyone's doing it. What's the big deal? The big deal is you're fucking miserable.
Yes.
The big deal is it's not helping you have great relationships.
Right.
The big deal is you're a crackhead. Like I'm just saying like to people that are kind of What's the big deal? Everyone was smoking crack at the party. What's the big deal? I'm not saying these things to you personally, but people will justify their egoic wounded patterns and behaviors. They can do it all day long and say it's normal, but that won't help them come into healing, come into health and wholeness.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Because that was coming through for a reason for you.
I think the other important thing you had said was, instead of like envy or jealousy, to look at you with inspiration.
Yes.
And to believe that I can be there and have that too.
You are there.
Yes.
You are that. I think it's a huge thing in your mental mindset. And of course, energetically, I can go where I go and you can be there in your frequency and we can be there together, vibrational match.
Yeah.
Or one will be in a higher frequency. Like if you ever, like Esther Hicks talked about that once on one of her little things where she had her grandkids at it was like, I don't know if it's Disneyland, but something like that, a carnival. And the little girl, she wanted to get a prize and like she won and she was super stoked. And the girl's just like, her energy and vibe was awesome and lit up because she was like winning at life, right? Yeah. And the little boy, he started having problems and being kind of pissy at his sister and having projections. They both had complete free will in looking for the good. But the sister was finding it, and the brother then started competing with the sister who was finding it.
Yeah.
And so then it was making his day shittier. Because he's like, why is she so happy and everything's good? Where she was just focusing on the good.
Yeah.
Do you see? It's like real subtle. But like for the grandmother, Esther Hicks saw it like, whoa, they're two individual souls having very different experiences, all based on what their focus is. And so the reason I spoke it in that way is that if we're looking out the lens, like let's say we put on glasses and they're a little dirty and they're a little like weird, like carnival glasses, like they distort everything.
Yeah.
But we're looking out and they're jealousy, envy, compete, compare. Those glasses do not help us see things accurately for ourselves or of others. Mm-hmm. So if we just go, wow, these glasses suck. They kind of make my eyes hurt. And I just feel like I'm not as nice when I wear them. So I'm going to take them off. They don't make me feel so good. But I'm going to put these glasses. Oh, these are really clear. They're the glasses of inspiration. I can look at that soul who's shining and inspiring me and showing me what that is to just focus on gratitude and happiness. Like she's like really happy. I am inspired. That is what I'm going to be a vibrational match to. And so in a sense, we're looking, like I was saying, all of us are like source God, dripped into little random meat suits. And if everyone got that, oh my God, would we realize how insane we are? Like if we really understood that, and as we will, I feel this is why souls like mine are here. As souls start to awaken and realize that we're all source God in random colored and shaped meat suits, we would stop attacking each other because you're literally fighting yourself. You're literally just trying to sabotage a piece of yourself. And the irony and the not so healthy part is if it's a soul that's literally there to show you a direction and inspire you to everything you want, but then you hate on it and you're like hating on God. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And Source God's like, well, I'm here showing you another reality that you've prayed for. I'm literally in your frequency because you've prayed for this. And now you're angry and you want to push it away. And that's a choice. But does that make sense? It's like competition and jealousy creates separation, the illusion. Because in truth, we're not separate.
Right.
We're all connected. And we do have experiences where we learn this, where we see the outcome of our united energy, good or bad. But we're connected, but we're not exactly the same. Right? Like we're one, but we're not the same. Because like Dixie, she's got her very own way, frequency of Source God, her perspective, her very specific energetics that she's choosing in this given moment. And my dog Honey Girl has hers. And any moment they could totally surprise us and change those energetics. Right? Like there can be times she's sitting peacefully and then she's barking at a dog and freaks us out because she instantly shifts frequencies and is into red alert mode, right? Does that make sense? Like energetically, we're all connected, but we're not the same. We are all source energy that's coming through consciousness through these meat suits, right?
Right.
And if we really could see it with that clarity, we would cheer everyone on. We would be cheering each other and walking each other home, because that's love. That's the frequency of love. It's when we're in shadow, we don't see it clearly. We think, oh, look at them. They're so happy. And man, I suck. And how come I'm not enough? And like that person's not doing that.
Right.
That's what we're doing to ourselves. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And the suffering of it. So do you want to say anything based on that kind of explanation of that analogy?
Nope, I think that's perfect. Let's talk about how we get out of that.
Okay.
Out of the swamp.
So describe to everyone kind of where you were.
Yep.
And what was going on and like what I was picking up on. And then kind of describe that, because you will describe it best from being there.
Yes.
And then I will describe what we do to come out of there.
I think so it felt like there was definitely some Vicky victim, right? Oh, woe is me. I cannot do that. I could not possibly have that. It will never happen for me.
Yes. So she is making everything she wants suddenly shrunk down and really small and impossible. And it's tight.
Yeah.
And she's in resistance and in isolation, like a sense of separation.
Yes.
It's not truth,
right?
But she's creating the illusion of it.
Yes.
So important you see and understand that.
Yeah. What else were we gonna?
You're just describing kind of what you were going through and like how that was affecting us, like energetically, how it can affect, you could say physically us, or just like how you've seen it affect relationships.
Yes.
When it's unspoken, but it's felt by some.
Right.
Like some people are oblivious and completely don't tune into anything. That's why they're getting hit. Their cars are all fucked up because they're not tuned into their environment.
Yes.
There is a mastery of like tuning in, but not taking on. So like I can tune in and feel a lot, but then let it slide off of me and be like, not mine to carry, not my business. That's a big part of mastery. Is like, I can feel things, but at the same time, know that they're nothing to do with me. Excuse me. But if they're starting to affect me, that's when I have to actually, like Eckhart Tolle says, you do something to either fix the situation, you change it, or you leave it. All else is madness.
Right.
And it's true. So there's times we might have a meeting, or friends will have a talk, or lovers will say, can I talk to you about something I noticed? Like something that was said, it kind of triggered me, or what's your intention? Can you bring clarity? And I feel like in healthy dynamics with relationships, we need to be able to talk. Like true intimacy is connection and truth.
Yeah.
Transparency and truth and connection is intimacy. It's not sex. You can go rub your body parts on all kinds of wild strangers and literally feel more traumatized after and not feel close and connected. It's a thing. It seems to be a popular thing these days, and I wouldn't recommend it, kids. Not a wise choice.
Or adults.
And I'm sure we'll get into some podcasts about sacred sexuality at some point, because there's much I feel guided to share on that.
Yeah.
But it's like, that kind of thing, that self-love, that self-awareness, healthy boundaries, healthy understanding. And there's times that we might have like meetings or talks that could seem uncomfortable, especially if there's inner child trauma or patterns that, man, our family never talked about any problems. Like we literally would just go, like my relatives, I was the girl. I was the chosen one in the family. No, for real. I really am like the generational curse breaker. I would walk in even as a child and be like, well, what's going on with this energy? Like, and I would just address whatever it was. Like there's a big elephant in the room and I'm like pointing it out and everyone looks like they're going to die. Like, oh my God, did she actually talk about the elephant that we never mentioned? And then I would get kind of reprimanded and then treated like I was being ostracized. Like that was a thing in our family. No one talks about the stuff.
Right.
And I would be like, but the stuff needs to be fucking talked about, because if we don't address it, how can we know we need to release some stuff? And so
Yes.
my relatives, they would just gather around, have a bunch of passive aggressive comments under breath, things to say, and then overeat. Like eat a bunch of fucking food all the time. That was literally my relatives.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is not healthy. I observed the environment. I observed them. I love them.
Yes.
I tried my best to help them when I was younger and I was in their world. I did my best to bring, just like I am on this podcast, the same kind of thing, bring insight, bring awareness. And some souls would rather choose to reject and see the compete, compare, separation, and ostracize a part of the family instead of go, wow, she's actually trying to help us.
Right.
Like, I so resonate with the movie Happy Feet. Remember, he gets ostracized and he's like, but there's something taking the fish. Like, why are you guys blaming me? Like, I'm going to go figure it out while you guys stay in all your weird spiritual, like, it's more like religious programming talk that they were projecting.
Yeah.
But you said you kind of grew up with that as well.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No one's talking about problems, or not talking about problems, but talking about energy.
There was only two forms of communication: none,
and
or getting yelled
aggressive.
At. Yes, super aggressive. Yes.
Which, look at that, because I literally address that with clients and help them see, like, if you are having a pattern of passive aggressive, dismissive. So I'm going to avoid until blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So, and usually the blah, blah, blah could happen to anyone. It might not even be the person that's pissing you off.
Right.
It could be a random person on the bus and they're like, what the fuck is your problem? Right.
Right.
But we suppress, explodes. And so it doesn't really bring connection.
No.
And there's the reason I feel so many humans are struggling and feeling lonely, why like depression is sky high, why addiction is sky high, mental health issues are sky high. It might sound like I'm trying to be super simple, but solutions are very simple. It's this stuff we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like you are safe to discuss what you're feeling or what you're observing without being attacked, under fire, ostracized, rejected, shamed, then you really are a hostage in a situation. You're not in a relationship because there is no relating, right? You're with a person. And I'm not going to do that again, but I've been in relationships where it felt like the loneliest place on the planet. Like, it's the worst feeling ever to be with someone and feel lonely, feel like be with people, but feel completely invisible and alone. It's not a great feeling. Yeah. So I just energetically learned, like, well, we could consciously choose to go be alone in isolation as we heal ourselves, and then be much more discerning and conscious of who we bring into our bubble. And that's what you're observing living in my home, where it's like, hey, I know in a lot of families, it's a bunch of passive aggressive bullshit or, sabotage and things like that, and hate. And that's what people think is normal. But in this love bubble, in our love shack, we don't do that.
Right.
We're going to talk it out. We're going to hug it out, forgive each other. We're going to communicate our needs. We're going to express if something hurt our feelings, or we feel someone is being kind of aggressive, because we all deserve to feel safe.
Yeah.
I know I'm leading something here that maybe isn't normal.
Right.
But gosh darn it, if it isn't what we are here to embrace, that will heal us.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I do know a lot of families, like, including my own, even if they heard this podcast, it might be just fucking irritated. And that's okay. I doubt they're going to be listening. But if you are, I hope you're taking notes and that it helps you.
Yes.
Because truly, that's my heart's desire, is that everybody, oops, I just hit my mic, that everybody realize their worth, realize how loved they are.
Yeah.
And just go fucking love yourselves, people. That's our intention.
Just do
it.
So
we're going to sign off on that for now. And we might be coming back with one more. We'll see. So you guys have a beautiful day. And like I said, go love your fucking selves. And then guess what? You're going to really have a much easier time of loving other people. I promise. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today to our most recent podcast of Mindfulness Mastery 888, The Real, Raw, and Truthful. For those who would like to book any one-on-one sessions, you can contact me at mindfulnessmastery888.com. A gentle warning on working in higher realms of consciousness. As you are listening to our podcast, you may feel or experience tingles, dizziness, or tiredness. This is your body giving you guidance that it needs to relax. It's not a bad thing, but we do encourage you to honor your body and get yourself in a position where you can relax and receive these codes of consciousness. I thank you for taking a moment to subscribe, like, share, and follow, and come back and check out our newest content. Have a blessed and peaceful day.